Hey y'all, I don't really have an intro yet, but as a lot of y'all know me as SoLeigh the First, I just want to come on here and talk about my experience in college so far and how I'm feeling about my journey. I don't know if you guys all know about this yet. I think some of y'all do, but I'm going to podiatry school next year in the fall. It has been a journey in undergraduate school because I do go to an HBCU and I'll be graduating in less than 2 months. And I'm very excited because all my stuff is sort of coming in as far as my chords and things like that. And I'm just wrapping things up as I'm heading off, and I'm thinking about my legacy. And I'm also thinking about this climate as far as FAFSA is concerned and what the job market will look like after, and also how AI is going to change the job market. And so, I think my job as a podiatrist will be safe for the most part. I think some other things will be integrated as far as AI and all that into my actual job. But the other things I've been thinking about include how I'm feeling about what student loans will look like, because I already have a good amount of student loans because going into freshman year, I didn't apply during that summer. I was just still trying to get into my school with admissions and financial aid and stuff like that, but that's just something that I was working on. And then I started applying to scholarships my sophomore and junior year, and my junior year is completely paid off. This year's almost completely paid off, but there's been like a little mishap with how much my mom was making, so I didn't get as much money as I would have wanted in scholarships. But I'm thinking about the dismantling of the Department of Education, and I know that FAFSA was already a thing prior to the Department of Education, but now since the Department of Education oversees student loans or federal student loans, which is what I get or did get for some of my years, I'm wondering what everything is going to look like now at this point. I know everything's going to be just fine. I'm going to have to get loans from somewhere else. Hopefully not Sallie Mae, but I'm just kind of wondering what everything is going to look like. I'm very excited to go to school next year. I'm getting ready to branch out. I'm going to be living in my 1-bedroom apartment, which I'm very excited about. And what's been interesting enough is that I really liked both of my roommates during this time, but my roommate from junior year moved out of the room halfway through the semester. Halfway through the first semester, I think, because there was something terrible that just was going on the entire time that we were in that off-campus housing. It was actually like bathroom water, like the men's bathroom water was like dripping down from our ceiling like the entire time. And it was specifically over her bed and in our kitchen, because it was like an efficiency. So we had a kitchen and a stove and all that. It was dripping down in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and on her bed. So she was gone with the quickness. And I was on the other side of the room, so I just they moved me to another floor, but it didn't even have a kitchen anymore. And long story short, she was gone a little bit halfway through the first semester. My other roommate this year ended up leaving after the first semester because she's gone in China. So I pretty much had the room to myself this whole spring semester, and I personally like living by myself. I was thinking about what I would do when I went to podiatry school, because I had to choose my room, and I was like, I really want a studio because I have a kitchen and my own bathroom. I don't have to have a community bathroom. But I was like, am I actually going to go out and talk to people? And I'm like, yeah, because I didn't want to like isolate myself inside of a room with nobody to talk to. But I know that once I get there, I'm going to be talking to everybody because, we're going to get through this together. And I ended up getting a 1-bedroom apartment, which I'm excited for. But I also started making a list of goals for when I get to podiatry school. Part of the things that I wanted to do was, for one, make a lot of friends. I want to go out, and I have a bunch of different kind of things that I want to go out and experience. I need to get into better shape. I mean, I'm not like in bad shape or anything like that, but I want to get into the best shape of my life. I'm gonna find me a man when I get there too. I don't know who or what, but I have what I need for my life, and I'm gonna find somebody that fits. So, because I personally, I want to have kids at 27. Somewhere between 27 and 35. That's when I want to have kids. So we're going to have to make that happen. After marriage. After wedlock. That's when it's going to happen. But yeah, there's just so many things going on right now. I'm trying to tie up some loose ends because our registration portal here was down for the whole registration week until the very last day. And I didn't realize that I actually needed 2 more classes. I only saw 1, and I was like, oh wait, let me just register. So I registered real quick. A few weeks ago, I realized that we're halfway. By the way, right now, it's the end of March. I didn't realize till like March 17th that I was missing a class and that I wasn't going to graduate on time if I didn't take this class. And I was like, oh wait, registration time's over. What am I supposed to do? Long story short, I ended up getting an online class approved, and I'm taking that right now. It's microbiology. And so I am going to graduate on time, but that was kind of scary because what if I hadn't caught that and the registration portal was down basically the whole of registration week. So yeah, I got that together real quick. I did have to come out of pocket though, about $2,000 something. Yeah, that was kind of a mess. But yeah, I am very excited for everything that's going on. I just went to a few senior town halls, and I figured out that I only had 10 graduation tickets, and I'm kind of sad because I want more people to come to my graduation, and this is actually the biggest graduating class. Yeah, and if you guys don't know, I go to the #1 HBCU, and I'll be going to Philly next year, so I'm very excited about that. And yeah, that's just what I'm thinking about right now. I'm gonna actually come out with more long form videos. This one's a little bit raggedy, but I'm just gonna keep putting them out and talking about things that I know about and things that I want to talk about. So we're just gonna start off with this one, and yeah, guys, you guys should expect more long form videos in the future.